This is CalmCast Mitch, and welcome to ASMR Review. And today's going to be a little different. We're not going to review somebody. My last episode like this, titled Why, was kind of a mission statement and a direction for this channel. I like doing these once every so often to kind of round out my thoughts and feelings toward what this means to me. A reminder, maybe also to keep me going, as much as the really nice comments keep me going also, and they really do. In this, I'm going to give my definition of ASMR and what I think that means for the reviews. But before I give the definition, I just want to say that if you do not experience ASMR and watch or listen to this, you are obviously 100% welcome. And I love that it reaches beyond those that feel ASMR physically. For a lot of people, they don't experience it, but still find it relaxing. So this defining it is partially for those who don't experience it, because the people who do experience it, kind of, some things will trigger it and some things won't. So as far as like some people's definitions, I could see it being slightly different depending if it's like only a visual response thing. Which I don't know if that's a thing, but maybe for some people it is. Anyway, my definition, coming from someone who called it the Whisperverse before ASMR was a term, but that was more for the community. ASMR is now the ASMR community, which stands for Autonomous Sensory Meridian Response. And by that name, the keyword for me is response, reaction. A response to certain stimulus that is typically auditory or visual from the body. A tingling sensation radiating throughout the body or in certain spots. Everyone is different where they feel it, but generally it's the head, the spine, and can shoot out to the limbs. When I was younger, I would feel it throughout my body. Now it more or less localizes to my head, slightly down my back on most occasions, although I am still able to feel it like I used to when I find new triggers. Which brings me to my next point. Triggers are the acts that ASMR creators, I'd suppose myself included, try to induce the effects of the body's response. Everyone has their own way with going about this as well. Some things trigger responses in many people, while some trigger less response or less people as often. This is what makes reviewing ASMR creators particularly tricky, because I believe you can't review people based on their trigger choice or quality, because it's whether the trigger works or not, and how well on an individual. You can't review that for everyone. So what I decided to do was review someone based on variety and content in general, and whether I enjoy them as a creator or not. Even things like low quality equipment in the ASMR world is seen as a trigger. So, a tool in their tool belt, mainly because you can get a lot of white noise or background sounds and things like that. Things that are like unintended. And something I'll say based on unintentional things as well. Unintentional ASMR is a thing, and probably was a lot of our first introductions to it as people who experience ASMR heavily. Unintentional ASMR is typically things that occur outside in the world that by chance trigger ASMR, that response. My go-to example is that I had a doctor who spoke extremely softly, and when he would speak to me, my head would tingle just sitting in the warm office. Actually getting tingles thinking about it, because he would get up, the slight squeak of the chair, and the gentle clinks of him getting out. That thing that used to look in your ears, he would insert it in my ear, and then gently touching my ear, or like the bottom of it, and then still softly speaking. And I could have fallen asleep at the doctor's office on a normal visit. Videos on YouTube have been uploaded as other focuses, like massages or posture lessons. Wink wink, those who know. And don't intend to trigger ASMR, but do. These videos were made and uploaded and circulated throughout the ASMR community and have exploded because of it. This is why I want live ASMR so bad. Because there's nothing like in-person ASMR in the real world. even if it's unintentional. I'm going to say especially if it is. It's what triggers me the most, probably. Triggers my ASMR the most, probably. I heard Behind the Moons is doing live shows, and I am jealous. That is my number one goal in life now, is to see her and other ASMR creators perform live, or have my own place to do that. If I could do that, that would be amazing. I do want to mention briefly, I'll see how brief this gets, ASMR, because I have a lot of feelings towards this, but ASMR tends to be very intimate by nature. A lot of people will sexualize it, but that does not make it inherently sexual. Much like other things, sex sells, and if something resonates with someone, they tend to gravitate towards it. Some people take advantage of this, of course. Some people also make it because they like to. So just be careful with this. Just because sometimes this gets misconstrued with non-sexual ASMR, and just because someone makes content that is sexual in nature, does not mean it's automatically bad ASMR though either, or that they're using it inappropriately. They're just using it in their context, and that's perfectly fine. I see this topic getting debated and thrown around a lot online, and like most things in life, it's a gray area. It's not always one way. If I can leave one piece of information here, it's that just because someone is making mouth sounds into an ear does not necessarily mean that they're trying to do anything sexual, and they may just enjoy the trigger for ASMR. Please don't automatically assume the person you see is looking for any unwanted attention, to put it nicely. I've seen some truly horrible things on Twitter today with a woman ASMR creator that was receiving terrifying pictures. The internet can be a scary place. Try to make it better if you're one of my listeners. The content creator is a human. Let's try to remember that, please. So if this is your first intro to ASMR, you are more than welcome, whether you experience it or not. I would hate it if anyone felt left out, and my aim is to invite as many people as possible to go check out anyone I've reviewed and everyone I haven't. But if this is your first stop, maybe hearing someone who's been around it for a long time explain someone's style might be a good insight to what you may like. Take it from this guy before ASMR was a term. In order to find videos like this, I had to Google people whispering. As a child, I did this when Google was really just kind of getting its feet on the ground. And the videos I got were reality show levels of people whispering and being terrible. Until I found people that I'll be putting in my ASMR review classic playlist. They're the reason I'm here, and I want to shout them out more and possibly get interviews with them. That'd be amazing. So feel free to peruse, and if you've been here and are just curious on my thoughts, the next episode will be a normal one. I appreciate all of you. Stay hydrated. Thank you, and check everybody out in the ASMR world, because most of them are good. Thanks for listening, everyone. And if you would consider liking and subscribing, you'd be doing me a favor. Leave me a comment on what you'd like to see next, or what you'd like in general. Be nice, be well, drink plenty of water. I'll see you around.